Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot with a little walkthrough on this beautiful deck, Magical Dogs Tarot, created by Mickie and Daniel Mueller. It's an absolutely gorgeous deck. I've had it actually for a while, but I haven't used it yet. And there is a reason why I did buy this deck, but then I've had another couple of decks come up as well, which is another reason, which I'll get into that into another video. But I thought we'd have a quick look at this particular deck. So as you can see, it comes with the magnetic close, and it is actually, who is the Llewellyn? There we go. It's actually by Llewellyn. So let's open it up, and as you can see, it's all in the nice little box. I'll just grab out the book. Just excuse my arm is still swollen. So there you go. It's got the beautiful moon there, and it's just sat in there in the box as well. We all know what a box looks like, doesn't it? I'll just put the cards to one side, and it's got the little dog in the middle there. Okay, so this is what the backs look like, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. So it's not really reversible for those of you who do reversals. Here is the book, and the book, this deck is really suitable for the amateur and the seasoned tarot reader alike. It's a really nice book. It's got beautiful illustrations. I'm just being very careful because I don't want to catch on fire with my little pug candles here. So as you can see, it's got the most gorgeous black and white photos in there. It's got the acknowledgements, of course in the old introduction as well, and how the fool in what the traditional to the magical dog. So they've changed the magician to the mage, and the hierophant to the shaman. And I think that's pretty much it in this one, or is there more? No, the devil they've changed to the trickster, the hangman to the seer, the star to the dog star, judgment the call, and the wands are known as the fire pack, the cups as the sea pack, and the swords as the sky pack, and of course the pentacles being the earth pack. So it talks about the the court cards, how to use the cards and all that type of thing, and then it goes into the actual description. So you've got a picture of the actual of the card itself. Nothing's catching on fire there, and it's quite nice because the way it's described, I'll just read this one just so you get a gist of it. So it actually talks about the card, which I really like. I hate it when there's a deck and they don't talk about the particular artwork. So here they've got a sunrise bursts forth over the horizon, illuminating a bountiful land. A new day's beginning greets a cairn terrier, I think that's right, as she strides jauntily down a mountain path that runs beside a precipice. Behind her, in the far-off distance, can be seen other mountains and megalithic ruins, both symbols of the spiritual presence and the foundations that guide her. In her innocence, she has chosen to leave these things behind and embark upon a journey of mystery and discovery. But she's not alone. A guardian accompanies her in the form of a white butterfly, a representation of the transformation and rebirth that travels will bring. Unsure of what may lay ahead, she goes forth undaunted. And then it's got pause for thought. The Fool suggests beginnings and potential of all things. She tells you to live in the moment, enjoy what is before you without worry, and take a leap of faith. There may be new opportunities opening up for you. Embrace them with an open mind, and don't be afraid to think outside the box. If you're unsure about a decision, follow your heart, it will guide you. And it's actually, even though it's going to be hard to tell if you have got a reverse card, so it's got some, reverse meanings. Keywords as new beginnings, opportunities, leap of faith, open mind, carefree dreamer, optimism, innocence, and spontaneity. So it's actually, it's got quite it's just nice meanings in here, but it leaves you enough room to think for yourself of what you want. It's got some spreads in here, so it's got the Paw Print Spread, which looks like that. Whoops. So the foundation of the current situation, what drives you forward, where you find discipline and balance, emotional undercurrent, and how you communicate with others. And then we've got the Guardian Spread and Hunt Spread. So I quite like it when they do, when they actually, and then they are actually talking about sketches of Mickie Mueller's old wooden art table, and you know, goes in. So the moon, Dan wanted to show the connection between modern dogs and their instinctual wolf beginnings, as well as include the classical visual of a dog and wolf howling at the moon. He's seeing my sparkly magic style, of course, so it was easy to make it clear that the wolf would be a spirit wolf as a dog's companion on its moonlight quest, and it's got herbs used, hazel and nettle. So, you know, it goes in a bit of detail about the actual, you know, a few of the actual cards in there. So, and of course this is a, they made this one because they wanted something, a special bond between human and canines, you know, stretched back into history. And it's just a really nice, it's a nice little book. So, you know, I think it would suit seasoned and not so seasoned tarot readers. Beginners, I should say. So as you can see, the cardstock is flimsy, it's glossy, but it's not too bad. I think it'll actually hold up well. Of course, somebody had to knock on the door, didn't they? So here we go. So let's get into the cards anyway and have a look at them. So of course here you can see that we have got the Fool. That was the one I was talking about. So as you can see, you know, it's got the sunrise. It talks about the megaliths in the back, about the butterfly and its transformation attributes and things and so forth. Of course, you know, and there's back of the cards like that. They're absolutely adorable. It's a really it's a really cute little deck. I really love it. Priestess, and it does talk about the jewels that they wear, and you know, it's really actually, I quite like this one too, because these trees, there are some trees that are called rainbow gum trees. I think they are in Asia, where when you pull the bark away, it actually reveals all these different types of colors. If you haven't actually seen them, have a Google. They are absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I'll just flip the cards over because it's making my hand hurt. So what I might do is I might just stop talking and just put on some music, and if there's something that calls to me, then I'll talk about it. But we can just have a look at the cards. No, everybody can read. They don't need me to actually keep on about what card is what. I mean, as you can see, they are very much Rider-Waite based, but they you know, they put their own take on them, which is quite beautiful. Quite like this card. The moon's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. But and now, of course, we come to the minor arcana. This is being Ace of Sky, which of course is the air element. These, of course, are the court cards. cups. I quite like the depiction of the Five of Sea, the Five of Cups of this one. How sometimes there's something that's staring right at you. It might even, like it has on this dog, squirt you right between the eyes, but you still can't quite see it because you're focused on what you've lost. I should have said that the sea puppy is the actual page, the sea guardian is the knight, and then of course the alpha female is the queen, and the alpha male is the king. Now we come to the wands, Ace of Fire. Colours and the backgrounds are absolutely gorgeous in this deck. I really, really like it. And now we come to Pentacles, the Earth. Final one is the Earth Alpha Male. So there you have it, the magical dog's companion. And the reason I got this deck, because as you all know, I do like to do spirit messages, and I have a lot of animals come through, and I will be doing some spirit messages just concentrating on the animals. And this is why I actually particularly wanted this deck. Nina actually from Shuffle Tarot introduced me to this deck, and the reason I chose it is because it's got such highly detailed backgrounds to it, because I really wanted to hone in on what the dog liked, you know. So of course I'll be doing dog, I'll be doing cat, I will be doing, I mean, you know, even though I've got dog and cat tarots, sometimes of course other animals come in, and but I'll discuss that in another video. But these do shuffle rather beautifully, but this is what I'll be primarily using this deck for, is to get in touch with dogs that have passed over, have crossed the rainbow bridge, as you can see. And I think the background's really important as well. When I actually start doing some of them, because I have got another couple of decks that I'm going to use to do these types of readings, and but I will actually discuss that in another video altogether. But it shuffles quite beautifully. Actually, this stock is for Llewellyn is quite nice. It's almost how it used to be like. So just want to give it a good shuffle. I wonder if we should do a spread, a quick little spread at the back. Just make sure they're all shuffled up. I've been able to use my left hand a bit easier now. The swelling is going down slowly, slowly, slowly. But yeah, it's still quite annoying. Sometimes it makes me wish I could rifle shuffle. Let's have a look. What was the paw spread? We'll just do a quickie. see how they read. Okay. Well, let's do the Paw Print Spread. Okay, so the first card is the foundation of the current situation. I haven't actually got a question to ask. It'll be interesting. Sometimes, you know, when you just pull a card, what you need to know. So let's have a look at the foundation. So that one's come up straight away. And that's the Ace of Cups. I'll move all that in. Oops. Ace of C, as I should say. Oh gosh, these are quite slippery, these cards. What drives you forward? What drives you forward? Shaman, whatever. Where I find discipline and balance. I might actually move them up like that. Where I find discipline and balance. Wow, these are really slippery. There. 9 of Wands. Emotional undercurrent. Oh, that one just popped up without shuffling. And the final one is how you communicate with others. Have a look, how you communicate with others. Alrighty, so there we go. There's all the actual, I shouldn't have shut the book, should I? Oh, here we go. Alright, so the foundation of the current situation. So the Ace of Cups for me, it's kind of interesting because I'm actually coming up to the end of my treatment for my cancer. So on the 20th of August, I actually finish my radiation, and I've got, you know, been doing quite a bit of thinking on how I want to do my content on my channel and things like that. So I have been looking deep within, looking at my emotions, and so the Ace of Cups, Ace of C as it's known in this deck, is pretty spot on actually, in that respect, because that's exactly what I've been doing. So I think the Shaman was, yeah, the Hierophant, and that's interesting too, because this is what drives you forward, and it's very much has been my spirituality. And I do like how on this particular card, how it's got all the, I don't know if you can pick it up, all the little paw prints in there, all the little, it's just like you see in the caves in the, you know, with handprints. And I'm thinking, for me, what drives me forward is all my spiritual guidance. I've had a lot of spiritual guidance. I've had a lot of signs, and it's quite interesting that it's got feathers in here. So I've had a lot of angelic signs. I've had a lot of signs from the goddess. So I quite like, and I do feel like that my ancestors are supporting me. Now, when I had to tell my father that I had breast cancer and I was going to have a mastectomy, his mother had the same thing, the same breast, left side, had a mastectomy as well. And then he told me that the day after her operation, she was up and about and tidying up other people's bedside tables. And I thought to myself, gee, I hope I'm like that. I'm hope, you know. And I have to be honest, I did not have any trouble with my mastectomy. Didn't hurt whatsoever. It was the removal of the lymph nodes that hurt the most. If you pulled the wrong way, it felt like, you know, when you have stitches that they're gonna pull out. So to have that as a Hierophant, it's more of, for me, that means more of my family looking out me. So I feel like that she was watching over me from the other side, as all my spiritual guides and everything like that. And of course, I have to say I've had signs from Oscar and my cat as well, constantly finding his hairs everywhere, dreaming of him coming to visit us. And funny enough, my husband had the same dream a couple of nights later. So that really actually makes sense. What drives me forward, it's what's been keeping me going, is my spirituality. I've been really delving more deep into it and connecting more with different elements too, so changing up my spirituality. And the third one is where you find discipline and balance. Funny to have the 9 of Fire, which is the 9 of Wands. It's not one that you would think, would you, when it comes about finding discipline and balance. You know, maybe you might think that you'd get the Temperance card or something like that. But for me, that makes sense, because I've just found out how bloody strong I am when I've been faced with adversity. And this harks back to other aspects of my life too, where things have been hard. And yeah, that actually makes perfect sense as a 9 of 5 for me, is sometimes in your greatest fears, when you are hit with your greatest fear, such as, you know, being told you've got cancer, suddenly it puts things in perspective. So for instance, today, I do have to get an infusion for my bones, but I have to actually get a dental check before I can do it and get my teeth up to scratch. Now, I have been terrified of the dentist my entire bloody life. I just have, and of course last time I've been to the dentist now would have been about 18 years ago. I haven't even got a filling and I'm 55, all right, so that says it all, doesn't it? But I mean, I've always brushed my teeth and tried to look after them the best way I can. Well, now that fear is on the back burner, literally. It just doesn't faze me. And today I went into the dentist by myself and I've been ringing up getting quotes on what I need to get done, and it just doesn't faze me. So this makes perfect sense. So, you know, when you have, sometimes when your greatest fear is realised, you find your greatest strength. So that actually totally makes sense to me. The fourth one is the emotional undercurrent. And then of course we've got the Six of Sky, the Six of Swords. I'm moving out of difficult time now. I can look back at how far I've actually come on this journey. Again, I'm very pulled to the feathers. I've had so many messages before I even knew that I was ill, that the angels were with me. And indeed, if you watch my old scrying videos, if I haven't even taken them off because I have deleted a few of my videos, I was saying a lot to a lot of people that, you know, believe in angels, the angels are with you, not realising that it was actually myself they were there for. So, yeah, that makes sense. I've really can now look back at how far I've come as well. And then it's got here, how you communicate with the others with the sun. Well, that's quite beautiful, isn't it? And I've had a lot of people tell me that I've been very, very positive in my journey. I've helped other people who are going through the same thing. And a lot of people comment on my positive attitude. But I mean, I have had my dark moments where I've been frightened, and I'd be, you know, I'd be stupid not to say that I haven't. But overall, I've kept an optimistic outlook because my diagnosis was not terminal, okay? If it had been a worse diagnosis, then yeah, I think I would have been, you know, a lot more sad, you know, I suppose, for want of a better word. So I quite like having the sun. So there you go, that's the paw print. That's what it was called, wasn't it? The paw print spread, I think. Just a little quick one, just to give you an idea. And this is the first time I've actually ever read with these cards. Yeah, paw print spread. So, but I just wanted to see what they were like. I might do a deck interview spread with it later on too, down the track. But I think they're gorgeous cards, and I think these will be really good for spirit messages, to contact deceased pets, the dogs, because of the backgrounds, you know. Because say we were looking at, this is the Hierophant, you know, a dog might come up that really enjoyed being in a cave, used to love going into caves, or just love rocks in general sort of thing, and would bring rocks to their owners. So that's why I really wanted to have a deck that's got a very detailed background as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough, and hit me up if you've got any questions. Until next time, this is Tracy.